Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, now we continue with lecture 4.2, part 2. Okay, we want to take a look on how the pump performance curve looks like for two or more pumps arranged in parallel or arranged in series. So let's say if you have a problem or the demand, the heat system or heat required from the demand is much higher compared to the pump capability. So what you can do is you can have a smaller pump that they are able to supply the capacity or heat required by the problems. So this is typical configuration of pumps arrangement. Okay. So this one is in series, and while this one is in parallel. Okay. So this is how we configure the pumps. But the thing is, for this one, you have dissimilar pumps. Meaning you have pumps with different capacity, different heat capability. Okay, if you look here, based on the figure, this one is much larger compared to this. This one is larger compared to this one. Okay. So if you arrange two pumps, something like this, quarter. What happened to the pump performance curve? Okay, here you have three pumps: pump number 1, pump number 2, and pump number 3. And this is the heat for pump 1, the heat for pump number 2, and the heat is for pump number 3. Pump number 3 is larger capability compared to pump number 2 and pump number 1. Okay, so this configuration is in series. So what happens when you combine this one is going to produce the combined net heat. Okay, combined net heat. This one. Okay. So if you are arranged in series, the heat will be increased. So what you need to do is you need to combine heat for pump 1. Okay, this one heat for pump 1, and this one is heat for pump number 2, and this one is heat for pump number 3. So you combine heat number 1 plus heat number 2 plus heat number 3, it's going to produce the total heat here. Okay, so this is the new combined net heat for the three pumps. But the thing is, for series configuration, only heat can be added up. For capacity or Q, the largest capacity from those three pumps become the largest capacity of the new combined net heat. So this one. Okay. Free delivery of combined pumps. Okay. Next we discuss on how we're gonna operate this pump. So let's say if your V dot, if your demand is here, okay, combined net heat is actually this. Okay. So this is when your Q is operate here. So this is your results of combined net heat. Okay. But the thing is, if your Q is in this position, okay, what happen is this Q is already larger to the first pump number 1. Let me erase this one first. Okay. So this is your Q, operating Q. So this Q is larger to the highest free delivery of pump number 1, which is this position. Okay, which is this one. So what you need to do, you need to bypass pump number 1. Meaning you need to shut off pump number 1 in order to operate in this position or in this capacity. Okay. Similarly, if your operation is here, you need to shut off pump number 2. Okay. If not, it's gonna produce damage and loss of combined net heat. Okay. So that's how we operate when you have 3 dissimilar pumps. But if you have similar pumps, okay, if you have similar pumps, no need for that. Okay, no need for that. No need to shut off pump number 1, pump number 2, or pump number 3. If you have similar pumps, the free delivery will be the same. Okay, but the heat still you add up the number of heats. For example, let's say the 3 pumps, similar pumps, have heat 10, for example, 10 meter. So you combine pump number 1, pump number 2, and pump number 3 become 30 meter. Okay. But the Q is going to be the same because free delivery of that pump is going to be the same. No need for you to shut off. Next, we take a look when you arrange in parallel. Okay. So when you arrange in parallel, now instead of heat, capacity will increase. So you have 3 dissimilar pumps, pump number 1, pump number 2, pump number 3. So the combined capacity now need to be increased. So you just add up Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. So this is your total Q. Okay, new capacity of combined. So this is combined curve. Okay. But the thing is, when you operate here, for example, this heat, okay, in this position, okay, so you need to shut off pump number 1 because the heat here is already larger than the shut off heat of pump number 1. Okay. Similarly, if you operate here, so you need to shut off pump number 2 as well. Okay. Because here is already enough for pump number 2 and pump number 3. Okay, if you look here, and this one is already already enough for pump number 3 to operate the heat. Okay, so that's how when you have 2 dissimilar pumps, or sorry, 3 dissimilar pumps. Okay, so normally what we do is to avoid that kind of confusion during operating or problems. So normally what we normally do is we use identical pumps, same capacity, same heat. We combine 2 or more pumps to meet the system demand. Okay. So in summary, so when you have a pump in series, what you need to add is actually you need to add the heats. Okay. why we use series configuration, because we want to overcome larger system. Okay. So when you have it in parallel, so basically what you want to overcome is if your demand have a larger capacity, larger flow rates. So if you have it in parallel, the flow rates will be increased. Okay. So I think that's all for part number 2. Lecture 4.2 part 2. Next we go to the first example. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.